Welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update in everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. Today is August 18th, and we've got quite a few updates for you to get through, so let's get started. The first update was this one posted by Langers overnight. Um, Basically, the Rocket Pool community had been waiting for quite a while to get PDAO votes through, and it's taken quite a while to get them going. But we had the first one last week about the deposit pool size, and today we get 3 new votes. So Langer starts off by saying they're like buses, you wait ages for one, and then 3 come along at once. So, what are the 3 votes that are being voted on right now? The first one is PDAO budget allocation. So, the the community has decided that they'd like to start using PDAO budget. Now, the PDAO budget is a part of the inflation for Rocket Pool tokens that happen on a month by month basis. So, Rocket Pool tokens inflate by 5% every year. 3.5% or 70% of that inflation goes to node operators. And then the remainder is divided between the PDAO and the ODAO. The ODAO is the Oracle DAO. They're the kind of people who help keep things running on the back end with price oracles and making sure that everything's going the way it's supposed to, with node operators getting scrubbed properly and stuff. And then there's the PDAO, which is kind of like the community deciding to do, getting a share of that money as well, and what they do with it. So this vote has been this this item that's come to vote now has been in discussion for quite a while, and it's about what the PDAO wants to do with its share of budget so far. So one of the things that the PDAO spent money on already is the bankless ads that have been going on for the last couple of months. They've been really great, but now the community is thinking of other ways that we can spend our money. Some of those ways are incentives, grants and bounties, and reserve treasury. And then introduces the idea of a management committee to manage PDAO funds. So the vote is here. You can go to it and vote for it. I haven't voted on it yet, but I will be voting in favor of this RPIP 10. The next one's RPIP 11, which sets up the committee charter for the Incentive Management Committee Charter. Again, I'll be voting in favor of this one also. And then finally, we have the Incentive Management Committee membership. So the community worked as a whole, and like these people were nominated. So we have Jasper, Marceau, Waldorf, Rhett, Uice, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Dog, and Denim. Those are the people who will be on the committee. I think Rocket Pool team members 1 and 2, I'm not sure who they'll be deciding on who that is. And then it'll be a minimum 6 of 9 multi-sig with those following people. So that group will be in charge of allocating these monies here. One of the things that it seems like the community really wants to push is incentives for Rocket Pool liquidity providing. So we have the Optimism liquidity providing reward starting for RETH on September 1st, and those will run for 6 months, which is really, really great. And then the community is deciding about whether we should use some of it for RPL incentives. That would be great for us too, but we need to decide what is the best way to get the bang for our buck. So whether we want to carry on with bankless ads or some other kind of ads or something, I guess these are the things that will be discussed by the committee afterwards, and I guess then put to a vote as well. So that's really exciting that there's all these developments going on the governance front. I'll be voting in favor for all 3 of these votes. I haven't yet though. Next, we have this really interesting discussion that happened overnight as well. Yesterday evening. So that's on Wednesday evening. Marceau made a comment about HAL Press saying that ETH rewards will be around 5% after the merge, and where he was getting that number from, because other people are estimating somewhere between 7% or 14% ETH rewards after the merge. So that includes all your rewards, and that includes attestations, proposals, sync committees, MEV, and tips. So the whole lot. being 7% is really great, being 14% is incredible, being 5% is a little bit lower than what people expected in the beginning, and maybe it will trend towards 5% over time. So Ken had he shared this really great piece of information and research that he did about how the rewards would work. So it's a little bit difficult to see from here, but he showed that if you just have solo staking, your rewards will be about 7.6%. And if you run a rocket pool mini pool, then your rewards are 8.7%, so already 1.1% more. However, if we get the mini pools for smaller node operator sizes, then the rewards will actually go up a lot more. And that's because each mini pool will have a larger share of our ETH holders that will be providing the rewards. So our 8, which looks like what our next less bonded ETH mini pools will be at, the rewards will go up to 11%, which is more than 50% more than just solo staking, which is amazing. I'm a huge fan of the 4 ETH mini pool, and those would be 15.6%, which is double the solo staking rewards. So the lesser ones excuse me, the lesser ones depend on a few security updates happening to the Ethereum beacon chain and like forced exits and stuff. But the 8 ETH mini pool seems like a reality that should be happening in the next few months, hopefully, which would be amazing for boosting rewards. So the network is more decentralized, the network is more stable, and everybody who's staking will get really, really great rewards. So that's definitely something to look forward to. Next is a conversation that happened about MEV Boost plans. So this is something that's been happening for the last few days, and conversations that have been ongoing, and people like refer back to it every day. And every day it seems like there's new developments that are happening. So Joe was talking here. It's still too early to get all the details, but here's my guess. So this is what Joe thinks will happen. And like I said before, Joe is a developer in the Rocket Pool team. He says we'll keep MEV Boost in there since it's just plumbing, so they won't remove the framework of the architecture that will be in the smart node stack, and we'll ship with a list of different relays you can pick from, like a drop-down menu or something, and some text to describe each one. So this depends on people spinning up relays that we can trust to report things properly, and it's easier now that Flashbots open source their relay repository. So Flashbots are saying that the relays that they'll be using will be censoring transactions at the protocol level with their blocks that they're building. However, there's other people that are coming forward now, and they're starting to say that they'll give options for the kind of blocks that people can make, and some of those will even be totally uncensored blocks. So that's really great, depending on what your risk appetite is and how you want to go forward. Rocket Pool Smart Node Stack is going to give you the options to cater to your level of safety and responsibility. And then Joe jokes that I'm told Butter will be starting one called Frogbots. So there's some Pepe memes here. Let's move on. Another thing that was interesting is a discussion that happened this afternoon. So I'm trying something new now with a video, because I feel like so much of like the personality of the Rocket Pool community, which is what makes it so amazing and so great, is kind of lost in these updates so far. So I want to start talking a little bit more about some of the maybe not essential like topics, but like some of the flavor of the community. So one thing that was really interesting that happened today was Liontrader came into trading and was talking about this chart that he predicts will, using TA technical analysis, will take RPL to 0.0333, which is more than double of where we are now in the ratio, which is amazing, and I hope that happens. And he says it's funny because I made millions from trading on TA. So this started off a whole discussion on what TA is and how it works, and it actually went on for over an hour, and it was really, really great discussion where people were citing like Nobel laureates and traders and all sorts of cool things about like whether TA works or not. My personal opinion is that it doesn't work. However, it might work in some instances just because enough people believe it works, but I guess that's why it works. Maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards that it doesn't work, but I mean, if it worked, then people would have been able to see that pump that happened a couple of weeks ago in Rocket Pool, which nobody obviously did. And if it worked, then people would have been able to see that Luna was going to collapse, which they obviously didn't, and they lost billions trillions, whatever, like a lot of money. So I don't know. I don't think it does, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, this was a really great discussion, and it definitely showed off some of the funnier sides of the rocket pool community about studying the blade. Yeah, this was great. So it's always nice to reference a meme, and then Liontrader was like, "Huh, blade," and then Owlbear showed the infamous "study the blade" meme, which is a classic. So yeah, I think it'd be nice to add some more flavor of the community into some of these updates, because they're really funny people, they're really smart people, and they talk about things, all sorts of things that are not directly related to rocket pool as well, and that's part of the thing that makes the community so great. So I think I'm going to start including some of that stuff in future updates, just maybe like one or two small things. Finally, overnight, trading, the rocket pool team reorganized the menu on the left and the order of the chat rooms or the channels for the Discord. And it used to be that trading was down at the bottom, but now trading has moved up to the middle, and everything's kind of all over the place. They got rid of the announcement channel, and instead we have protocol channel and releases channel, and things have just kind of moved around all over the place. So everyone was kind of confused for a while, and Maso was saying we need audits for this kind of thing, and Zero was saying there's too much change, and people have been talking about it all day long. And again, it's one of those things that was kind of funny, but also it was also it kind of makes sense now that I think about it, but it definitely is new and unusual. So people have been talking about it all day, like literally all day, because now they're clicking on like smart contracts, because that's where trading used to be, and they're like, wait, why am I not in trading? So I feel like people have made comments everywhere here about it. But I've run over on time for today, so I'm going to wrap up this call, this recording. Thank you all for listening. If you let me know what you think about me adding some more flavor and like color from the rocket pool community, instead of just doing like straight updates. Whether that's a good thing, bad thing, whether you want more of that, less of that. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.